Hey everyone, welcome back to Wicket, and today I'm going to do another match review for the T20 World Cup. So yesterday we had Sri Lanka versus New Zealand. A pretty comprehensive victory by New Zealand, although it didn't seem that way early on. New Zealand were in trouble in their first innings. They were about 3 for 15, and Glenn Phillips got dropped when he was on, I think, 1 or 2, and it was a quite easy catch if I'm being honest. Sri Lanka will be ruining that opportunity, and they missed a couple others later on, but that was the easiest one, and that was, well, the guy who ended up getting the second 100 of this T20 World Cup. New Zealand scored 167, and Glenn Phillips scored 104 of those, so it was an exceptional knock from Glenn Phillips, excluding that chance that he gave. He batted really well. Extreme power, similar to how Stoinis did against the Sri Lankans the other night. Glenn Phillips just showed how strong he is. He was towing sixes. The amount of strength he was putting on some of those pull shots. He didn't actually get much support from his teammates, but at the end of the day, it was a good enough total. And we can see in this World Cup so far, it's not a World Cup where you're going to get 200 every game, although I know New Zealand did in their last game, but it's a World Cup where I think 160, 150 is actually a pretty good total. The Sri Lankan bowlers will be a bit annoyed that they let it slip. They had New Zealand on the ropes, and they could have made it a lot worse, but yeah, the fielding and the bowling sort of lost its way. There was a couple of no balls in a row. They were slow between the overs. Then they came into bat, and let's just say bad went to worse when they were reduced to 4 for 8 of 4 overs. Tim Southee continued where he left off in the last game, and Trent Boult also very good up top. As we know, those two are the kings of bowling for New Zealand, and they both performed extremely well. Trent Boult picking up 4 wickets, 4 for 13, brilliant stats for him. And yeah, Sri Lanka were never really in the chase. After they were reduced to 4 for 8, there was no chance of them chasing this down. They did end up getting to 102 thanks to Rajapaksa and Dasun Shanaka getting a couple of 30s. Bhanuka Rajapaksa actually looked really good. He played some really nice shots, but he had no partners left, so it was going to be extremely hard to chase that total down. New Zealand were far too good. New Zealand were excellent in the field too. They missed a couple of run-out opportunities, but catches-wise and all that, they were really good. And the bowling was as good as it is, as we expect from New Zealand. They are a very strong bowling unit, and 2 games in a row now, they've rolled teams for 100-odd. So dangerous times, and New Zealand are effectively nearly there now. They're nearly already through to the semis in a tournament where people thought Australia, England will make it easily. Not many people would have thought New Zealand. I think people probably thought New Zealand as a dark horse, that they might upset us one of those two sides, but they didn't think they'd actually go through, and not as the top of the table. But at this rate, if they can beat Ireland or England, one of them, then they're most likely going to end up at the top of the table. And my last point was going to be, if you saw that Glenn Phillips sprinter stance, I did make a video on that. You can check that link out above. A very interesting bit of cricket there. And I think it could be an innovation used among many batsmen in the future after seeing what it's capable of. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this game. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.
Calm before the storm. Things aren't as they were.